Everyone, this is Lady D, just coming at you today with another video. And today I wanted to go ahead and touch on a couple of things, some more Q&A, some questions that I received that throughout the year I haven't got a chance to get around to, and I wanted to take the time now to answer a few questions, rather to touch on a few things. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to touch on was the question that I posted yesterday regarding sexy Christians. Can I be one? And I posed that question because I was invited to be a guest for part 2 on the Pearls Before Swine radio broadcast, Blog Talk radio broadcast, and for I believe at one point sexy came up, and it caused me to think about some things, and I just wanted to get other people's opinions because I understand and I know that I'm old school. I am, and one of my friends she told me that I am 30 now, but I'm a 65-year-old woman, mother, okay, trapped in a 30-year-old person's body. And I know I'm old school, and I have no problem with that. I know, as I said on the broadcast, a lot of us, you know, we don't value and cherish the older saints and the wisdom of the older saints. A lot of us, we wouldn't even be involved in a whole lot of things. We would have kept out of a whole lot of foolish things if we would learn to listen to the wisdom of the older saints, okay? And the Bible tells us that wisdom, let's see, there is safety in the multitude of counselors, and that's godly counselors, okay? A lot of us go into the wrong people, but that's a whole nother video. So I asked the questions yesterday about sexy, and I just wanted to give you my responses, my answers. I'm not going to beat up on anybody. I really did want to just hear what your thoughts were on those questions, because as I said, I know I have my thoughts. I'm old school, and I make no apologies for that, but I understand that you can take one word and ask 5 people and you will come up with 5 different definitions of it, okay? So the first thing that I said, what does sexy mean to you? Sexy to me means, and I'm just taking the general, what people think, the general definition, global. When people say sexy or sex, the general first thing that comes to mind is that you are sexually attractive. Sexy meaning you're attractive to have sex with, or I'm sexually attractive to you. That's what comes to mind when I hear the word sexy. So, and I think generally, as I was reading the comments here on YouTube and Facebook, generally that's what everyone would say. You know, that's what it means. Looking at the root word of the word sexy, you can see that. And although I do understand that certain people do take it to mean, you know, I'm just saying the person is attractive. I understand that, and I've heard that before, and I believe, honestly do believe, some people may use that word just to say you're attractive and may not mean anything else out of it, just because they heard it before, it's been around, and sometimes people just throw that word around like it's, and just like any other word, just throw it around. Just like I said yesterday on the video, I've heard people say that even babies are sexy, and the kids are sexy, and boots are sexy, and, you know, cars are sexy. So that's what I'm saying. I think sometimes we hear words and we just throw it around, and sometimes we really don't think about it, because it's, you know, especially if you've been in an environment or you've been around certain things, it comes natural to you. Okay, so I really just wanted to put that question out, because I hear it so much, and even Christians, I hear it so much, and just across the board. So I just wanted to hear what people will say. So that's why I asked the question. And I do understand that you do have some older saints, some seasoned people who would say, you know, there's really no need to ask this question, or I can't believe we're having this conversation, or something like that. And for the older seasoned saints, I will agree. But, you know, we did not come out the womb saved, and we did not, it was a progress to get to where we are. We all didn't start out being biblical women or biblical men. We had to come and we had to mature. to this point that we are, and we're going to continue to mature until Christ comes back. So you do have those who are immature in Christ, and immature is not a bad thing. I'm saying those who are just learning about Christ, coming to know his ways, coming to wanting to be biblical men and women. And so for those, this was a great conversation for those, because for those brothers and sisters, because for some people they really don't know. They might not think there's nothing wrong with it, and maybe even after this video you might not still think that anything is wrong with it, but even if it just sparks, you know, some thoughts, some conversation, as I see it did, even on Facebook, YouTube, different people have responded, and I think it's good. It's good to dialogue, because sometimes in dialogue you will find out that there's other meanings, there's other ways that people can take certain things. Okay, so let's see. The next one is, if someone was to say you are sexy, which I've heard before, would I take it as a compliment? And as for me in my house, no, I do not take it as a compliment, because as I said, I look at the word sexy as meaning I am sexually attracted to you, and I personally don't want to hear that from anyone except for my husband. Okay, and yeah, so that's just how that goes. I don't find that's not a compliment to me, but I will say thank you, depending on the environment. You sure don't want to upset anybody, okay, in this crazy world. So I would say thank you, and I'll keep it moving. Okay, what do I mean if I use it? Well, I never use that word, and but if I was to use it toward my husband, it would mean just exactly what the definition is. I am sexually attracted to you. I would tell my husband, you are a sexy man, and I will be honest in telling the truth, because I will be sexually attracted to my husband. So when I use that word, that's what I'll be meaning. Okay, it won't be just you attractive, because if you were just attractive, I'll tell you you look good or you're attractive. But if you are sexy, I'm going to let you know that you're sexy and what I'm meaning behind that, okay? So, should we aim to be sexy as single Christians? Single men and women of God, should we aim to be sexy? I don't believe we should be aiming to be sexy. There's no scripture and no biblical support for us to aim to be sexy. To be sexually appealing to anyone, even though I understand that it doesn't matter what you wear. For some, you're going to be attracted. They're going to be sexually attracted to you no matter what. But as for you, there are certain things that we can do and how we present ourselves that give off a certain look, a certain vibe. Okay, so I don't believe that we should, biblically, I don't believe it. According to, 1 Timothy, I believe chapter 2, talking about us being modest, dressing modest, and then 1 Peter chapter 2, and I'll put those verses below, the ones that I'm talking about, when it talks about that we should be focused on our inner self and being the women of God. We should not be focused on so much outer stuff, and I'm not saying we shouldn't look good, look nice, be presentable, but that shouldn't be our focus. Okay, we should be focused on becoming and growing and maturing to be the women of God that God has called us to be. Okay, so I don't believe we should be out buying clothes and behavior, looks, and all these flirting and all this stuff, aiming to be sexy or to be sexually appealing to someone. That, as a Christian woman now, if you're talking about the world, yes. But if you're talking about saved Christian, single Christian men and women, no. And plus, it's already hard enough to be single in this world, and then we're going to go out there and flaunt our stuff. That's a mess. Okay, for some of us, you're already beating them off left and right, and then I'm going to add to it. I'm going to put myself out there, put on me some tight pants, some leather leggings, and some boots, and a shirt that come up to my hips so you can see my butt and my breast and all of that stuff, and have to beat them off really with a steel bat? No, thank you. Now, for some people, they like that attention, and but as for me and my house, no. I'm a woman of God. I carry myself as a woman of God. And that's just how it is. So that's just how I look and how I view the word sexy. To me, it means you are sexually attractive to me. And if I want to tell somebody they look good, I'll just tell them you look good. But I won't tell them that you're sexy, because I think there's a difference. You can be attractive, but not sexy to me. And you can be you can be sexy but not attractive to some people. So anywho, that's my 2 cents. And so the next one I want to get to is that I have a blog spot that I created for my hair. I know I don't get on here to do a lot of hair updates, but I decided to do a blog spot, and it will be Ladylovelylocs.blogspot.com. I have put a couple of posts up, and I will continue to post up pictures, different things like that. For those of you who are following my hair journey, please follow me on my blog spot. I'll put the link down below. And let me know if there are certain things you wanted to see or ask me questions. I am currently almost 7 months post-relaxer on a 1-year stretch, okay? Moving on, someone asked me about weight loss. They wanted me to give a weight loss update. And as you guys know who have been following me for the past year or so, when I started out, I was on my weight loss journey. I was 180, 179 point something to be exact. And I lost about 30-something pounds, and that took me, actually 35 pounds, I believe, and that took me down to about 135. And I stayed there. That was a size 6. And I stayed there for a little while, but I was not comfortable there. I didn't like the way I looked. And so I said that I was going to stay anywhere between 145. I want to juggle between 140 and 145, okay? That's what I want to juggle. Now, with that being said, I am currently probably around 150. And what happened was, gaining those pounds back, I got a little lackadaisical about exercising and everything, because I didn't want to keep on exercising as hard as I was doing, and because I would have still been losing that weight. So what happened is I got a very lackadaisical on it, and I went from exercising every day to 3 times a week until 1 time a week, until I got busy doing this. It could be all excuses, and I stopped really exercising. So I went up to 150. And so I will need to lose, right now, I will need to lose about 5 pounds. I want to be between 140, 145, size 7, 8. That's fine with me. I'm good there. So I just wanted to give you that weight loss update. I believe that's it. I talked about my thoughts on the sexy question. I talked about my blog spot. Look below. Check that out. Follow me. Give me some tips or advice or questions, comments, things that you want to see. I'm going to try my best to do a little bit more better with staying abreast of my hair journey through that. And I'll also be continuing with that on YouTube. And yeah, gave you my weight loss update. Alrighty, so if there's any questions that I know I've had questions in my inbox that I've missed, different things, please email me or send me inbox, and I will try to get to them before the year end is out. Alrighty, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.